Hi, I'm Tayne.
And I'm Aid, and this is Altar Call, a Married at First Sight podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode on Alta Call Maths. It is not Maths, but it is Love Island, the reunion special. And back to talk about it with me is Nana. Hi, Nana. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good once again. Thank you for coming back to talk about this with me.
This is not a hardship. I don't know why you keep saying this.
Because I have manners.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Let us start with what are your sentiments about the reunion as a whole?
Wasted our fucking time. That's what I did.
Oh dear.
Okay, no, let me not be mean. I actually thought it was fine. It was okay. I just feel like there was so much wasted potential, and it should have been an hour and a half. I think, not an hour. Yeah, just wasted potential. Too much time spent on things that didn't matter or wasn't for our ears, and no time at all spent on other things. Yeah. So that was my. What did you think?
Okay, so I don't know how you watched it, but on Peacock with no ads, it was an hour 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I
I
checked the
watched it
time.
live. Okay, didn't feel like it. Interesting.
I checked the time to see how long this was going to be because at a certain time I was like, a certain question is going to be asked. Do we still have time? What is happening? And I saw an hour 20.
Mhm.
Anyways, my thought was like, no, I don't think it was fine. I think it was below average. I think my fears, if you remember the last time, what is Ariana going to do? I think she did fine, but I think the inexperience showed, but
Mhm.
I also don't know if it's the inexperience or if this is really what this is the vibe the producers wanted. Because a lot of questions were not asked, a lot of things were not addressed. So I was left feeling deeply unsatisfied.
Mhm.
I don't know why a whole sorry about that.
I
I
know
don't
just that
know
someone wants to be very loud.
I don't know why a whole bunch of people were here because they didn't say, like, why the fuck is Nigel here?
Oh,
I think I saw
you're
people
so good. You
saying,
remembered his name.
exactly. A bunch of people were like, who is this? Like, I'm not even playing. Like, who is this person? Like, why is Nigel there? Why are people there who were not saying anything? And if we weren't going to address it, what was the point?
I don't
So,
actually begrudge them having everyone there, but they should have only had the final, what, say, six couples on stage. Everyone else could have been sat to the side. That's what I
well,
feel.
in the beginning, how they started it, I thought that they split the groups because in the beginning, the final four couples were not there. They
Yeah.
just had like all the people. So I was like, oh, okay. They're just gonna do a segment with them, and then the rest of the segment would be like the final four couples. I wasn't sure, but then we find out that they just wanted the final four couples to come out separately, and I honestly don't understand the point of that.
No.
There,
Especially since they clearly didn't even care about the winners. So, anyway.
there, there wasn't a live audience, right? Or was there? I was hearing applause, but
No.
I don't know. Okay.
No, I don't think they. I feel like they would have shown them, right? And there'd have been more reaction that we would have heard. I don't think there was a live audience.
Exactly. So if there was not a live audience, that makes it especially head scratch worthy why the final four couples had to come out separately. Like, okay. But anyways, before they come out, Ariana asks like Hannah, like, what is the most surprising thing? The most surprising thing that you got hate for. And Hannah says the thing she got the hate for was her makeup, but she has to remember she's a bad bitch. So I'm like,
And her makeup
okay,
still looked bad, unfortunately.
the makeup,
It
the
was better.
outfits.
It was better than in the villa. But I was just like, oh, girl.
I mean, but shouldn't she understand why?
Yeah.
She was leaving residue on these men. And
Oh, it
the
was just so
outfit
harsh.
was not like it was badly fitted, so I don't even know the choice. Also, I mean, part of the questions I think should have been asked. There was something going around that she was dating the Casa guy, the one that almost got with Janae. Jose, I forget his name or whatever. But
Like,
that
who's
was
that? I literally don't know who these people
remember
are.
remember Janae was between two guys
Was it the
like
black
in
guy?
Casa. Yeah, he looked kind of
Yeah.
biracial, so I'm not sure.
Okay, no, not that one then.
No, it was the black. No, not the black guy. So it was the black guy that was serious, and then the other guy who seemed like a bad boy.
Yes,
That
yes,
other guy
yes, I
was the
do
bad boy.
remember.
There's
Yeah.
there was something I saw, whatever. Like it was one of those people that asked people things on the street, and two of them were together, and they're asking, "Would you feel bad if your woman went out and blah 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 all that kind of stuff?" But things like that they didn't ask. Listen, there was one time on the challenge where there was a segment where they just pulled out tweets that other cast members had said about each other. And then you bring it out and then you give them a chance to talk about it. That should have been
That's what
done without
Janae tried to do with her.
someone pulling receipts
Yeah, as I
from,
was saying.
but we'll get there. Liv said the best thing is the friendship, yada yada. Sorry, I still don't like Liv. I so um everybody when the final four came out, they all start hugging on stage, and I'm like, didn't y'all see each other backstage or at the airport in one of the many lives that you guys have shown us? And that was another waste of time.
Yeah.
Why did we even have to see it? Speaking of looks, another look I did not like was Nicole's. I don't know what the message was or what the point was, but I did not like her look.
She had that really short dress with a plunging neckline, right?
There was barely anything. There wasn't like
Yeah.
it was like a halter, but it was
Yeah, I
split in
remember
the
that.
middle. It was
Yeah.
backless. It was everything. But
I
yeah,
just
I
feel like
mean,
that's kind of par for the course with Love Island girls. They're all dressed like that.
I would
Barely put on.
disagree. She was the only one dressed like that in this reunion.
Yeah.
She really was. Like the rest. Now Serena was the best dress for me. I loved, loved, loved her hair, but she seemed
Yeah.
uncomfortable with it. She kept playing
Yeah.
with it and touching it, and like maybe she wasn't used to it.
It was in her face. It was
But
weird seeing her without her braids. I know I've seen like clips of her on social media, but she looked good. And it was done by Sacred. I'm like, oh, girl, get your coins. But yeah, her hair looked great. It looked really good.
yeah, she did. But I saw her in another interview with the same hair, and she was doing the same thing. So I don't maybe either she needs to get used to it, or maybe they need to find a look that's not in her way, I guess. But speaking of an endorsement, I mean, Cordell got his Cheez-Its
Woo
deal.
woo! That's my boy.
Long-term goals, short-term goals. We killing it. We killing it.
I was so happy for him. And like, even though I didn't like the hat, I could see what he was going for. And I actually think his outfit suited him. It's
Um,
very Cordell.
according to someone who rated all the outfits, it is
Hmm.
also not that it matters, but it is straight from the runway.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I forget what designer it was, but like it was very reminiscent of the first day they walked in. Nobody else would have worn that outfit that Cordell wore.
Yes,
So to your
very
point,
him.
yes, it is. Speaking of endorsements, Cordell also he got his hair done, like he showed us the video for the reunion, using Pattern, which is
Yes,
Tracy Ellis Ross's hair
I
product.
saw.
So it's rolling in, it's rolling in. I forget. There was one more I saw right before we started recording, but I cannot remember what it is. But Leah got signed with UTA. You
Yeah, I
guys,
saw that today.
UTA is no small feat. Like I am not a fan of Leah. Y'all would never make me like her, but we already knew that she's the one that was gonna be like the biggest
Hmm.
one out of it. So I mean, congrats to her. Make your coins where you can, but fix that attitude. But that's just
That's
me.
what I was about to say. Like, really think about it. I don't hate Leah or anything, but I just don't understand why nobody ever holds her accountable for the way she speaks to people. And then I feel like she always comes back as like, I'm sorry, I was mad, whatever. It's like, okay, but you're not a child. You can't talk to people anyhow just because you're angry and then expect to skate on by. And nobody ever, ever, ever holds her accountable. So that's what I
Mm.
find really frustrating. So I don't hate her, but I also don't get the outsized love for her at all. So yeah.
Same, same, same. Um, they asked Serena and Cordell, which might have been the most attention they got as the winners. So what
Hmm.
is going on with them? And I think she said they got an apartment. Did she say they or she?
I think she said they.
I
I
I,
wanted
I
to say it was
rewound.
they.
I
Yeah.
rewound and I heard they, but I don't know. I still wasn't sure because I'm assuming it'll be in LA where she lives and
Mhm.
he's from Dallas. But again, that's where Ariana was like, "Oh, Cornell, you moved, and was that a hard something?" But we didn't get that. But they've been together just trying to get all the deals, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if it was me, but did Janae look different to you?
It was the color scheme. I think of her makeup. That's what made her look different. It's slightly
Okay.
she was more matte than she was in a villa, and her hair as well was also extra, extra sleek. I think that's
Okay.
what made her look different, personally.
Okay. Did she look like she lost a little weight too, or no?
Yes,
It's just
yes,
okay.
and she's lost weight.
Okay. I wasn't sure because you always tell me about the cosmetic things. I can't tell these filler things or whatever or contour. I don't know the difference between contour and fillers. I don't know. Unless the
Stop,
lips are like really blown up, I don't know.
stop. No, Janae's had a whole bunch done to her face, but it looks good on her, so I can't
Okay.
hate. Yeah.
All right. So they asked to update with them. Janae says she and Kenny that they've been visiting each other, and she's been to Dallas and she met his mom, and she's the sweetest thing. We always talk about Kenny's parents, but not a lot about Janae's parents. I
Yeah.
don't know if that means anything, but she spoke
She's a
about,
military brat, right?
yeah, she is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting actually. You also missed Janae saying we're pregnant. That it just made
Oh,
me laugh out loud. Because I'm like, Janae's actually such a fool. I like her sense of humor. She's such a ditz. I love her.
and Kenny's reaction to that, that was funny.
Yes.
She's giving this man many heart attacks. You know, in some way, after Miguel came into the villa and Janae made the eggs and all that stuff, Janae gave some kind of pick me,
Yes.
vibes. Even when she cried about Connor and not knowing about plants, because I saw an interview and they were talking about what pace are you guys going? Are you going? I mean, they're boyfriend and girlfriend now. Like, are you going slow? Are you go? She goes, oh, like whatever level or comfort level that he's on. I just want to make sure Kenny's comfortable. So even if it's 5, 6, or 7, like I'm fine as long as he's comfortable. I'm like, ma'am,
Yeah.
there are two
That's
of
the
us in a
vibe.
relationship.
Yeah. Even in the
You
villa, yeah, you just said she gave that vibe, so I'm not surprised. I'm like, I fully know what Janae is, and I love her anyway. But she is most definitely a pick me. Queen pick me, actually, but I love her anyway. Do you know why her brand of pick me-ness doesn't bother me as much? It's not malicious, and she doesn't really talk down on other girls too much.
Mm,
Do you know what I mean?
mm,
Not too much. I think it was only once. I think we spoke about it in one of our other recaps where I was just like, "Oh, Janae," when she was basically talking about how like she's not like other girls, and I was like, "Girl, relax." But yeah, it doesn't give me malicious, so I think that's why it doesn't bother me. I know exactly what she is, and I like her anyway.
mm. Yeah, I mean, that was my girl. Voted for her all the way through.
Hmm.
Yeah, so she announced that they're in an exclusive relationship because I think Ariana was kind of going through each of the couples and they're all saying how they're boyfriend girlfriend and then we saw the little video and I don't know. I don't know why people get excited because they're in an exclusive relationship or they're in a relationship and I'm like they didn't propose. They just even then
You know what?
I don't know.
We're actually adults. People need to stop this bullshit because it's like that on all Love Island franchises, right? The whole we're exclusive, we're official boyfriend and girlfriend proposal, and I'm like, you're actually an adult. You're a big adult. Are you going out or not? Like, let's stop this nonsense. Like, anyway.
I thought I liked when Maya had had enough of everything, and she's
Yeah,
like, "What even is the difference? What is
thank you.
exclusive and what is boyfriend girlfriend? What is we're not seeing other people? What does that mean?"
Exactly. Like, come on, let's be for real. So, I think actually when I remember that episode, I think in their heads exclusive means they're only sleeping with each other. But apparently that's not enough to also commit to being someone's boyfriend or girlfriend. So yeah,
And then boyfriend and girlfriend. Oh, okay, I see. Oh,
yeah.
whatever works for them.
And
Um, sometimes you can have the right message but have wrong timing, because right after they announced that they're exclusive and Janae is blushing, Coy decides that he wants to have his moment because he might never have it again, and is like, "Hey, excuse me, I just want to say and apologize that I went on live with Daya. Is it Daya or Daya?
There.
Dea. Okay. She went on live with Dea, and I was saying all these things. All I know was that she went from me to Connor to, I don't know if he included Miguel or whoever. So when he came, I just didn't think it was real. But now I've seen y'all. I hadn't watched the show. I just went based on clips. But y'all are cute. I respect your relationship, yada, yada, yada. And he's sorry. Now, should he apologize? Yes. But what was that about?
It's probably so people wouldn't send him hate. Or maybe he truly did see, like, oh, I was sorry, I was talking out my ass. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
charitable. But my whole thing is, do you know what pisses me off sometimes about some of the reactions to Love Island? I'm like, have none of you ever watched the show before? Do they not get the concept of Love Island? Even if she went through 12 men, it's Love Island. It's the whole point. You're supposed to find people to pair up with. Like, I
Yeah.
don't understand. So what if she bounced from you to this person? They kept getting voted out. So she had to find a new man so she could stay in the villa. Like, what? I don't get it.
Actually, I'll do you one better. How about you don't say anything?
Yes.
I wasn't there. I have no idea what happened. I wish her the best. How hard is that?
Thank you.
You
Thank
gave her
you.
nothing. You came because you're 6'8", big feet,
Mm-hmm.
big meat, and gave nothing. And she chose someone that was giving her something at the time. What is your beef? You were there for one night or whatever, however long. Just go
Trying to
away.
make a name for himself by any means necessary.
Just go away.
He needs some, I don't know what, Fashion Over Men's deal or something.
Deal.
So
Some boohoo, man.
yes.
But you know, that's another thing because saw something that he's dating Catherine, and that's why they were kind of matching the red and
Mm.
all that stuff. But again, questions not asked. All this is out in the open. So it's not like it's gonna be revealing anything. It could just be like, oh, the streets are talking. I hear there's someone going on. Like, is that true? And then just make it fun. But they missed
Yes.
that, and that was another whole um
I
in
agree. That's what was missing from the reunion. It wasn't fun.
yeah.
Some lightheartedness would have been nice. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, the whole time he's apologizing, Janae's face was hilarious. It was just like, why is this man talking to me? Like,
Hmm.
I don't even really care and whatever. Now
I
remember
love
that
the
because
energy they gave him.
but remember that because I'm gonna come back to that when that happens, when we talk about something else. They move on to Leah and Miguel, and actually, let me ask you, what is your take on Leah and Miguel from what you've seen online now, and what do you think their future is holds what the future holds for them?
It's like, okay, let me be nice. I feel like they seem like they're culturally compatible, just from background wise. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, and I think they like each other, but I'm not getting a great love story from either of them. I was even surprised, to be honest with you, that they're now official and like he flew over to see her. I'm like, I didn't even think it was that deep. I thought it was gonna be one of those like they'll stay friends, if they run into each other at influencer events, it's all love. But I didn't really get much chemistry from them on the show, and I don't really get it now, to be honest with you.
I I I can see that. I hesitate to say that I feel like Miguel is genuine and I'm surprised. And I
Mm.
don't know if it's me having a hard time shifting my mindset because I was so set on Miguel is here for vibes. Like
Yep.
simple, short, where are the endorsements? But of all the people, honestly, he doesn't even seem so thirsty for
Yes.
endorsement. It just seems like he's doing him. And
Yep.
whatever comes with it, great. But anything else, I'm not gonna like, because even when the whole thing happened with like Aaron doing a live and Kayla said whatever, and he was with his best friend and he was doing a live, and someone asked him, "What do you think about the Kayla thing?" And he was like, "We're not saying anything about that because some people's opinions don't matter." Like class, like that's how you handle stuff. And his best friend kept saying, "No, but I want to say something." He was like, "No, I know you do, but we don't need to. We don't need to." He's not even trying to chase
Yep.
anything
Clout.
in the wrong way or whatever.
I'm
So
glad you said that because I think the exact same. I've been surprised by how low key and not thirsty he's been outside the villa.
Yeah, like he did the things like he said on the show, I'm gonna go home. My mom didn't even know I went to the show. He took the time. He didn't like fly out immediately. Oh, I'm
Hmm.
going to do this. He went home.
They say time waits for no one, and neither should payday. To keep your money moving in the direction of your dreams, get Earn In. Earn In is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day or up to $750 per pay period. Just download the Earn In app and verify your paycheck. Then access up to $100 a day as you work and leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. You can use the money you get from Earnin to make sure you have your spending money ready for your fun spring break trips to the beach.
Make EarnIn a part of your financial routine and join EarnIn's over 3.5 million customers who say things like, when I think about EarnIn, I think about financial stability and security. It gives me a lot of peace of mind. Download EarnIn today. That's spelled EARNIN in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the EarnIn app, type in Alto Call on the podcast because when you sign up, it'll really help the show. That's Alto Call on the podcast. Subject to your available earnings, location, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. EarnIn is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Armoire makes getting dressed easy. With a clothing rental membership from Armoire, build the perfect wardrobe with brands that are high quality, unique, and recommended just for you. All you have to do is take a 5-minute style quiz and select items from your dynamic personalized closet. The styles show up at your door in as little as 2 days. Then, when you're ready for new clothes, just swap them out for more new to you styles. I had a birthday party last week, and Armoire came through with a dress that none of my friends had seen before.
Guys, did we also mention that the style quiz was so easy? It really was 5 minutes, and you can find all the styles that you're looking for. Also, it is women founded and women led. They even spotlight women owned designers on their website. Right now, our listeners can give Amora a try and get up to 50% off their first month. That's up to $125 off. Just visit amor.style/autocallmaths. That is amor.style ARMOIRE.style/ALTARCALLMAFS to get up to 50% off your first month and never worry about what to wear again. Try more today. Whether you're going through menopause, perimenopause, or just hate that vicious week before your period when you have those terrible cravings and can't seem to find comfort in your body, then you have to try Hormone Harmony. Happy Mammoth, the company that created Hormone Harmony, is dedicated to making women's lives easier by helping you maintain optimal hormone levels. That means using only science backed ingredients that have been proven to work for women. They make no compromise when it comes to quality, and it shows. Hormone Harmony contains herbal extracts called adaptogens that help the body adapt to any stressors, which includes chaotic hormonal changes that happen naturally throughout a woman's life. With over 17,000 reviews, join the women who keep mentioning how the biggest benefit of taking Hormone Harmony is feeling like themselves again. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com by using the code ALTOCALLMAFS at checkout. That's ALTARCALLMAFS.
Hung out with his friends. I think when you do a show like that, you have to decompress and
Yes.
just kind of like, get your chakras aligned again and all that. That's a
Hmm.
lot to be cut off the world, go through all those emotions and do all that, especially whatever's waiting for you on the other side. So I find him genuine in the videos I see of him and Leah. I do find him genuine, but every time I'm like, if he's not moving here,
What's
how
the point?
how
Exactly.
sustainable is this? Like,
Hmm.
her life is
I think they
presumably
like
going
each
to
other,
change.
but
Yeah,
I don't see a great love for any of them, to be quite honest with you. And even, like I keep saying, even in the villa, I never thought it was like this huge great love. Like I felt like the person I saw Leah give most of a fuck about was Rob. Like the whole,
yeah,
yeah. So I mean, she never acted about Miguel like she did about Rob ever. So to me,
yeah.
that also says something. But I do think they like each other a lot because I mean, what's there not to like? So I'm a
Yeah,
Miguel fan forever and ever and ever. That's my man. Like
yeah,
I really like his personality. He was always himself, and he wasn't sneaky like ever. So yeah, I'm
yeah.
a fan of his for life. Sorry.
I think he understands her, but that
Mhm.
one time where she lost her shit and was going on, and he brought it up to her like, listen, I not a fan because this happened to be my childhood and all that kind of stuff. And then she kind of had a mini outburst at the reunion again. How sustainable is that for
Mhm.
him to just keep backing that and backing that? Because I think Leah wants to do better or wants to be a better person, but
Yes.
honestly, sometimes you can't outdo your inner
Yep.
your real you, so
You
to
said
speak.
it perfectly. Like that's exactly why at the beginning I said I took a step back and I'm like, I can't hate her. You know what I mean? Just because I don't think she's a terrible person, but I just feel like there's never been any consequences for her outbursts like that. And maybe
Yeah,
she'll grow out of it because these are still people in their like young 20s, or
yeah,
early 20s. Wow, English is hard. Maybe she will grow out of it and grow up a bit, but I find it hard because she'll be like just fine, then all of a sudden the screaming starts, calling people names, all of that, and then she'll just move on like it's fine, which blows
yeah.
me. And nobody ever pulls her up on it, and I don't get it. But
Is
anyway,
that what people call it factor? Like you just have a
mm,
thing, so regardless
everyone's
of what
just
you do.
scared of her stands. Like, let's be real, they're all scared of her rabbit stands. That's all. So I don't blame them. They're just trying to choose peace, maybe. But yeah,
Oh well. So, anyways, Ariana asked her how many followers she has. I found that cringy, but like I always say, it's a new world. These things matter. This is how they make their money. This is how they get endorsements. But she currently, as of the time of the finale when we spoke, which was a month ago, 2 months ago, whenever the finale was, she was at 1 point whatever million or whatever. So right now she's at
yeah, I
three
know
million.
she hit three. Yeah,
And before the reunion, she was at 12. 12K to 3 million is kind of wild.
yeah, that's
It's
insane.
kind of wild.
These people are
So,
better than me. I would hate having all these people having opinions on my life, what I do. It would literally drive me mad. But I think they knew what was in store when they went on the show. That's what
yeah,
you kind of alluded to it earlier about like Miguel going home decompressing. Sometimes I worry about, especially PPG, the three of them. I'm just like when these fans start to turn on you because we're not new to Love Island fandom. I've seen this happen. I saw how they were with Ekansu and Davide, all of. But when these people decide to turn on me, even today, Damien and India being dragged over Twitter because people can't help themselves. They'll build you up so far and then they'll start to feel like they own you and like they made you who you are. When they turn on you, how is that going to be on your mental health? Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Because it's
yeah,
inevitable. If you put a like, if you do something they don't like, or maybe you break up with a couple, now all of a sudden everyone is every little thing you do, and you go from obscurity to that in a matter of like weeks and months. That is not healthy for anybody. So, yeah, just I feel a bit scared for some of them because I don't know, the rabid attention is new for Love Island USA, and I just really hope they can navigate it. Yeah, when things sour a little bit. So yeah, we'll see.
yeah. We'll see how it goes. But I hope well, they say all these reality shows that they give them mental health, like
Counseling,
people to
yeah.
talk to and everything, because you're gonna need it. It's like being not having any money and then suddenly being an athlete, having all this money,
Hmm.
you don't have any advice on how to handle your money. It's a lot to be thrust into the limelight this quick. Because again, no one expected it to be this way. Because again, this is season 6. It's just in a different level. They have other Love Island people that I don't think people could name people from season 1, 2, 3, 4, like as many as they can for this season.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, we moved to Kendall and Nicole,
Hmm.
and there's silence. There's crickets, and Nicole is like, "You answer this." Kendall says it's been tough, and they have been in communication, and Nicole is like, "No, you've not. Like we have not been in communication." after you lied to my face. And then she starts crying. Ariana asks, what is the lie? And Kendall has what looks similar to a panic attack. He's having a hard time breathing, and the boys are telling him, just breathe. Kendall, just breathe. And he says the best way he can say it is like, after the show, something happened. He should have told Nicole the full truth when it happened, but he did not. Then she says, no, the video is not okay. It is fucked up, but you said it was from years ago, and I did not find out until Janae tells me that it was from someone that you dated right before the show started filming in Fiji and is a random from a dating app. He said he wasn't ready to tell her. He does want her. She kept going on saying that he didn't check on her until she made a post on IG. She just made a post like a couple of weeks ago. And he said, I've been trying to talk to you. I've been trying to text you. I even tried to fly you out so we can talk. And she's like, yeah, I know you were doing this so you could just bring it up now and say that you did. And the whole cast in unison, just like, well, that's not fair. That's not the ba
It's
ba
not,
ba be.
but anyway.
What is the name of Rob's crush?
Cassie.
Boba
Oh.
Diba? What? And they were all boba dee ba dee da dee da and everything.
She
Again,
was so annoying.
Ariana should have stepped in and been like, all right, guys, settle down, all that kind of stuff. Janae asked what could have been the best way to handle this. She's like, oh, he went on a podcast. He could have said that, he lied, and now Nicole is having a hard time for it. Um, was it Catherine that spoke up for Nicole? Well, Daniela spoke later, I think, and was like, yeah, that he did not say anything to her, and he's been in the club and hanging out and all that good stuff. And it was a hot mess. And I'm going to take a pause now. And I'm going to ask you what you think, because it would appear that once again I'm in the wrong side of history. But
As I
he.
said, I already know we have different opinions because we're both tweeting the reunion. Because I'm like, why I understand why Nicole was upset. Actually, even compared to even how level I felt watching the reunion, I actually feel even more so now that Nicole was dead ass wrong. Because number one, I think what negated even more everything she did was like, at the end of all of that, she was like, well, we're still together. So why the fuck are you doing this on national TV? Like, I didn't understand. Like, it would have made more sense if we're like, they're no longer together, so you're airing out your grievances. You're airing out your grievances with someone that you're purportedly still together with, which I think is really fucking weird. And two, you're outing this man. So many people didn't know about that video. So many people didn't. And now people, because I even saw, because again, I watched it live. I saw people tweeting like, "Whoa, what's she talking about?" And then people responding, "Oh, that video!" Like, "Oh, I didn't know about this." Da, da, da. I'm like, so you're drawing even more attention to this. This man literally experienced revenge porn. I can't imagine being on a show for how many weeks? 5 weeks, 5, 6 weeks without my phone, isolated. You don't know like how popular the show's become, all of that, and you come out and that's the first thing you do. I would probably want to like bury myself in a hole and die. Like, how do you regulate or how like dictate is the word I'm looking for? How can you say like how someone should behave after all of that? So yeah, he lied, but come on, girl, you've got to understand why he lied. Like, he panicked, and also, taking aside the lie, whether it was his ex-girlfriend or the night before the show, he didn't know you then. So honestly and truly, none of it matters, because it should only be from when he knew you. Yes, he should have told you the truth, but I don't feel like he owed her like she's making it sound out to be. I just think like people, if you really think about what happened, that's like such a messed up thing for someone to go for something for someone to go through. And then you're saying, oh, he was club. Maybe that's how he was trying to deal with it, by going out, taking advantage of his opportunities, all of that. I don't know. I understood like why she was upset. Yes, you lied to her and she has to find out from other people, which is not nice. But you brought it up again to re-traumatize this man. And I'm not even you guys know how I feel about Kendall. I don't even like this man, and I really hate it when people make me sympathize with people I don't like. So that's another strike against her. But I'm just like, you came, you she knew exactly what she was doing. She came to make a story and to have attention on her, and it's the same way I felt about her on the show. I find her disingenuous, and this was just a continuation of that. Yeah. Sorry, I know I'm ranting. I have more to say, but I feel like I need to take a breath so you can
No, keep
talk.
going. Keep going.
Yeah.
And then I have time. I'll say my piece, but go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah. I just feel like she was wrong, wrong, wrong. You put attention on something that people had, it just died down. People were starting to talk about it less. You purposely resisted seeing him because she did all of this so to have something to talk about at this reunion. You can't. I just like I'm getting bullied, blah blah blah. Nicole, no one was checking for you like that. Let's be real. Like you guys were not the main characters of this season, and I just felt like she was doing it to make more of a name for herself. And to me, what's telling is like almost nobody was on her side, even the cast, apart from her cast and more girls who tried to be like, yeah, she was really upset, blah blah blah. I get it, but I just felt like what she did was really, really messed up. That should have happened behind closed doors. Maybe you should have taken up the man on his offer to fly you out so you guys could talk about it face to face. Yeah, I just think it was fucked up.
All right. Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Woosah.
So I'm just annoyed all over again.
Okay. So completely understand. I'm not saying, let me say, I'm not standing 2 feet to say, oh, I'm completely right or whatever. I'm just going to lay out my thought process on it, and then and all the many questions that I have, and then you tell me what you think. First of all, I agree with you that I've always thought they were disingenuous. That's why I hated Kendall and Nicole. They were playing a game in some way or whatever. Nicole wants to be a Instagram baddie endorsement person or whatever, which I think influenced what she was wearing today at the reunion and all that stuff or whatever. And that was part of why, wasn't a fan of them. I don't think both of them were being real. But in some part, remember when I said that I think she's been in a really bad relationship that may have been abused and she didn't say anything. And I'm scared for her that when she comes out and there are all these things that, Kendall has done, she's going to doubt her judgment. Because yet again, you have hitched your wagon to somebody who, may or may not be who they told you they were. This is all aside from the video because, like we discussed, again, I don't know how the show can navigate this. They can't talk about it, but remember the Let's Go Brandon thing, the whatever, the allegedly having a girlfriend before you came out. That I think they could have asked, but I don't know if that's too much to lay on him at this point because my thing with Nicole is I don't know if it is a sensitive topic. Completely agree because how she started in the first place, that what happened to you is completely fucked up. That should never have happened. That is not whatever. And I know everyone's saying that she made it about her. But I don't know how she answers the question that Ariana asked her, which is what is it? How did he hurt you or what happened? Like, what would have been the best way? Because she did. I get it that a whole bunch of people didn't know about the video, but what would be the best way to quote unquote say her truth? Because I don't think she went into detail of what the video was, and yes, she said that, but what would have been the best way to answer it
I
without?
don't think going into detail mattered. You brought it up, so everyone knows what you're
Okay,
talking about, and the
so
people who
what?
didn't know what you're talking about are gonna go and find out what you're
So what's
talking
the
about.
best way for her to handle? Just say I don't want to talk about it. You
No,
think?
I think the best way to handle it would have been to have actually had a discussion with Kendall outside the show. Are you guys together or are you not? And that way, if you're not together, you could be like, I found out some things. He lied to me. I'm not down with lies. I'm hurt. I just think it's better we're not together.
Yes.
Like
Okay.
I don't
Fair.
understand why you couldn't have just done that.
Okay, fair. So what she should have done was handled it before the reunion instead of waiting. Because yes, because when they asked them before the reunion, what are you gonna do? Who's gonna do there? She's like, oh, I'm gonna do my big one. I'm gonna say the
Exactly.
truth or whatever. Yes, I see how that comes up. But I'm gonna go into this with just yes, it's 6 weeks. Yeah, they just met and they're great love. love and all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to go into that with people who were allegedly in love and they're together and in a relationship and all that good stuff. And maybe I am projecting. I had an ex-boyfriend who broke up with me because they were going through a really, really hard time and they couldn't handle it. They just didn't want to bring me into it, blah, 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 blah. And they just thought the best thing to do was to break up with me. Granted, everybody has a right to do whatever they want to do, but all I heard was, oh, this is not who I want to go through my hard times with. You are not the person that I want to ride with or anything. Like, you're not, whatever, just keep going and keep it moving. So again, I'm being transparent. Maybe I am projecting that I remember how that felt. And I'm just like, she's saying, like, you lied to me. I don't blame Kendall for lying. That is a tough position. There's no handbook for coming into the fame, for coming into something like that. There's nothing. I'm okay with the lie or whatever. But you spent weeks convincing us that. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. You
I'm like
spent weeks.
intently listening.
Okay, you spent weeks telling us you love this woman. You've never felt anything about it. You've done this, you've done that, or whatever. You lied, you panicked, you whatever. Human reaction, perfectly fine. I don't fault him for that. But the fact that ultimately, again, it's been like what, a month, half, or whatever, she still didn't hear the truth from him. For someone you love, you didn't go back to even say, okay, I lied, but I'm just trying to process. I'm going through. I'll let you know. She heard from Janae. First of all, how
Yeah.
did Janae find out?
I'm sure people were sending her or asking her, when they're like, ask me anything. I'm sure like, so what about your boy Kendall doing this? Yeah. I'm sure they
And
gave
then
her all the teeth. Hmm.
and then Janae, who seemingly is, because I think before it, everyone was like, "Oh, I wonder how Nicole feels," since they seem to be on Cordell's side. This was before the sorry, Kendall's side. This was before the reunion and all that stuff. But Janae still went to Nicole and told her about it and all that. I guess for information and stuff like that. But I'm just like, so even after that, like, that's where I'm just like, so after that, then you decide to fly her out. Why didn't he fly himself to her?
He said that he offered. She said no.
No,
She
to
didn't
fly,
want to see
no.
him.
Okay, when he offered to fly out, if you show up, I mean, nobody's saying that you should whatever, but if you show up at the door, or if you show up in the same city and something, okay, fine. She didn't want to talk to him and all that kind of stuff.
She
Maybe she was
literally
wrong.
resisted all his ways to communicate with her because, according to her, he was only doing it so he could say he did at the reunion. And this
I
is someone
mean,
that you claim to be in a relationship with.
we
Which is
will
what I'm saying.
never
Nothing she did makes sense.
we will never find out who's not, because honestly, this is where social equity counts. Because certain people say something, you're like, yeah, yeah. If Cordell tells me that, I believe him. But if Kendall says that, I'm like, you know what? I can't ultimately say that she's not wrong. That it wasn't to
That
bring up and to say like I tried or whatever. But I don't know.
That's what
I
I'm
do.
saying. That I hate that she's making me side with Kendall because I don't like Kendall. You know what I mean? This
Yeah.
isn't beyond the reach, but I'm just saying the point that she was choosing to make, I think, was just the lowest of the low. That's what I'm saying. I can understand why she was upset, but
Okay.
my thing is, if you thought he was doing all of that to bring it up so he can say, "Oh, I tried," why the hell did you come to the reunion still in a relationship with him? To me, that negates everything she said and did because she didn't break up with him.
Yes, and I
She
think
just,
you
how does that make sense?
I think that is a very strong point in that. Why did she do that? The last thing I was gonna say, sorry, I didn't want to forget the last thing that I wanted to say was that I think the other thing she couldn't say, which would be entering very sensitive territory. Now, again, I never watched the video. I'm choosing not to watch the video, but from what I've heard, it might be a case where, I mean, there's been speculations about what it is, and again, not saying he is, I'm just going by what people are saying online, that there's a chance that he might be bisexual. That's his
Hmm.
choice. Nothing's wrong with that. Maybe that's what she really means by the lie, because remember, she slept with him on national television, she did that or whatever, and she just feels like you could have told me that. Like,
Ten,
even
a
if, like,
hundred percent. Let's be
that is
real.
not,
Of course, that factors in.
no, for some people it doesn't matter. So that's what I'm
Mm,
just saying. Like all this is speculation, and I'm just saying like it might not be even be a thing, but the whole point is like some people hold things higher than people, and we don't know what anyone's trigger is. I'm completely agreeing that you've thrown all of my points aside by the fact that she didn't want to talk to him, but she wanted to talk to him in the reunion.
mm,
That throws everything away. But I'm just trying to lay out my thought process as to where my head was at doing all that. So to me, because of that bad relationship, that trigger is very high where you
okay.
could be all that and you're just like you lied to me because if you hear her all she kept saying you lied to me, you lied to me, you lied to me. You can't control what triggers you, what your past trauma is going to bring up or anything or whatever, and it's just like I really thought you were somebody else and all that. Some people might say like I'm talking out my ass because I'm saying she's disingenuous and she's not. But remember, guys, everything is speculation. I don't know what these people think about. They might have been in love, they might not have been in love, but I'm just going by if
Love
it
my foot,
really.
please.
I mean,
Let's
or
be
we could
real.
leave
This is
Serena.
someone who, when he told
Serena
her he loved her, she said thank you. Like, come on, please be for real.
So I'm just
She started
saying,
crying.
it's like if that was a trigger for her, like I don't want someone to, because she said that I don't introduce people to my parents. I keep making bad choices. But Kendall, I am proud to introduce to my dad. Like I can bring him. He's a really good guy and all that kind of stuff. And it turns out again, there is something about when something happens to women, either like if they were cheated on or if they made a bad choice about a guy, they carry it on even if they shouldn't. Where it's like, how is my ticker so broken that I cannot tell that this happened or whatever. So,
Then
anyways,
I
I
agree. That's what I'm saying. I get where you're coming from. But my thing is the fact that she came to the reunion to perform all of this, to me, just wipes every. That's why, like, even when I was tweeting, I was like, I understand why she's upset. But
yeah.
absolutely everything she's doing, I think she went about it the wrong way. Because now, why stay with this man if you're that devastated about him lying to you? You're refusing to talk to him, but you'll come
Well,
and talk to a few million people about it.
so my last thing was like I think that she didn't want to save face because if I don't know the hate that she was getting, I think because everyone was like, oh, she didn't stand by him through all the things or whatever. But if she feels like if she breaks up with him, everyone is gonna think it's because of his sexuality, and
They're
that's a
gonna call
bad
her
look. So
homophobic.
she's not gonna
Yeah.
do it. So she pulled the trick of I'm just gonna hang in there until you do it. I mean, which he pulled the trigger. He's broken
Yeah,
up with her. He's like,
like
I'm not doing.
today, it happened today, and I think that he probably watched back the thing and was like re-traumatized all over again. Both of them. That's what when even after all of that, I'm like, so you two are literally sitting there telling us that you're still together, even after all of this. I'm just like, come on. They're both fake. I'm sorry to say. They're still performing in some ways, but I felt like she really didn't need to be as explicit as she was. She could have literally left it. Like she could have worded it in a different way. I feel she should have broken up with him
Yeah,
before the
yeah.
reunion, and then come and said, "Yeah, we broke up because he lied to me." I feel like trust was broken, and that's not for me. That's not what I was looking for. I'm devastated. Blah blah blah. I'm looking forward to heal it. I mean, she could have done it in a better way. She's not stupid.
And then the club thing. Honestly, the reason why I brought it up is you guys. Threads is a very strange place, but there was a lot of Love Island stuff that was on there. But the whole thing for me with the club thing is like if he's not single, he wasn't if he wasn't acting single. I mean,
Yeah,
sorry, he wasn't acting like he was in a relationship. So that's what the club thing meant because I think everyone took it like, maybe people grieve differently. He was processing
yeah,
differently, but he was going in there pulling women into his VIP, into the lounge. That's not what you do if you're
yeah.
in a relationship. So I don't know if Nicole
So
was just talking
again,
shit
Tane,
and they weren't.
why
But
didn't she
wait,
break up with him?
wait. Yeah, I we already addressed that because
Yeah.
she's doing that thing where I'm not gonna be the one to break up. I'm not gonna be the bad guy. I'm just gonna do all the things until you finally cut things off. And honestly, right now, I don't know if it's not a goodbye present that he gave her where it's
Mm,
like, you know what, you take and be the scorned woman, and I'll just break up, and you'll no blood on your hands. You're not the
yeah.
one who broke up with me, and all that kind of stuff. But I
Yeah.
was gonna say that one of these scandals that Kendall also had was that in inviting women, because this was actually. I saw this from KK, who was on last season. She's a dark skinned black woman, and she was complaining about, not complaining, but just talking about, I think she's in Dallas too, how there was
Hmm.
a club and Kendall was bringing people, but kicking out all the dark skinned black women, but letting
Hmm.
everybody else in, come in, and all that kind of stuff. That's what I meant by the club thing. But,
Yeah. I know. I
social
saw.
media doesn't
I
give
saw.
context, and I get tired, and I'm just like, eh. I'm not here to explain myself, but
Yeah.
that's what I
That's what
meant
I'm saying.
by
Kendall is not a good person, bro. I do not like that man. I could cover it all day, but I do think this one singular thing he was done dirty, you know?
yeah,
But everything else, fair game. Because, yeah, it's messed up. Like, really, really, really messed up. And then I saw a clip today on Twitter about, because, what's her name? Nicole went on a podcast that I think she recorded probably a
the
day or two
vial,
before
the
yeah,
vial files. Yeah,
before the reunion, and she was explaining the club thing, and apparently he tried to use Janae as like damage control. Like, see, I love black women. I have black women
yeah,
around me, that kind of vibe. So I'm saying that man is not a good person. I get it.
yeah.
But yeah,
And that
birds
was
of a
the same
feather.
podcast. People hate Nick Vial, by the way, but that is the same podcast that she was referring to, that he didn't stand up for her or whatever because they asked, "Are you together? Are you not?" And he gives it. He didn't flat out say yes, we're together. Well, maybe he
Hmm.
did, and he was like, "We're working through things and all that." Anyways, you know what? It's good that they're not together. Let's just move on from that. And personally, for him, I hope he gets to work through it, because besides the whole thing of coming out of a hugely successful show, people knowing who you are, dealing with quote unquote fame, and
Hmm.
now dealing with this stuff, because something he mentioned during the reunion was, I wasn't even talking to my family. I didn't know how to
Hmm.
tell them and all that kind of stuff. There's a whole different thing he has to deal with. So
Exactly.
I
And
hope
she
he's
sat there
okay.
like the victim.
Like, it's a whole
Sorry.
platform of people who are going to be making comments now, because no matter what he does in this life, people are not going to forget, and he's
Nope.
going to say something and they're going to be like, "Oh, the way you XYZ
Hmm.
XYZ." So I hope he has a good support system around him. But I do like and I think for me, again, I get it that the cast was standing up for Kendall. Like the way you said Nicole could have said it better. I do think the cast could have come in and defended him better. It really felt like, I saw this today and someone got mad. It's not a gang up, but it felt like, oh my God, everyone was just like yelling at her, like, shut up, shut up, shut up. So,
I don't feel bad for her because she should have shut up. I'm sorry about that. I just, I, I was literally crawling out of my skin because I just kept thinking, imagine if that's you in that position and you're literally having to relive it,
yeah.
like on national TV. People who didn't know about it before, now you've made sure that everybody knows about it now. I just thought that was so messed up. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably, like you said, that's probably what happened. He probably sat there and was like, I can't believe she did that to me. And he's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to break up with her and all that stuff. Anyways,
Yeah.
so,
I don't want to ever hear from either of them again, though. Sorry.
I'm very curious to see the post lives of these people, like in a year,
Yeah. I think he went
because
back to his job, didn't he, Kendall?
I don't know. I don't know.
I saw it was like a few days after the show ended. Like he had a thing of him in his uniform, blah blah blah. I think he's like still working. He's probably taking like a leave to capitalize on these opportunities, but he seems like someone that will go right back to his work.
Okay. He makes good money, so
Yeah.
good for him.
Dallas
So,
Medical City, baby.
during all this chaos and all that, Serena starts laughing. Like, of course, Serena's the kind of person who laughs during uncomfortable moments because
Yeah.
like she just looks like the kind of person that'll have that kind of tick.
Mhm.
And Ariana is like, okay, like what is funny? And Leah has been making faces all evening, but whatever. And she's like, if it were her, that she would have been like, it's done. But they love each other. They just need to talk without all the outside noise, and she needs to be okay. And whatever she decides to do, that she will support her. But I just find it telling. Like Serena was one of the people who wasn't jumping on the bandwagon, I guess
Because
to
she
say.
doesn't like Kendall. Because
Oh,
don't you remember on the show she
but they
flew
made
off a
up.
handle. Oh
I
please!
know.
I mean,
They made
you
up,
can
and
make up
he's
with someone. It doesn't
Cordell's
mean you
best friend.
forgive.
He's
Doesn't mean
Cordell's best friend.
doesn't mean you forgive. She knows that man was egging him on and talking bad about her behind her back. You can
I don't know.
forgive. Why are you all trapped together in a villa with no escape? But it doesn't mean you have to forget.
That's a man's best friend, so who
Mm.
knows?
And I actually appreciated. I didn't like her laughing. I know nervous tick or whatever. It just came across. I'm like, girl, please. But I did like her kind of giving room for Nicole to feel how she felt, which I
Yeah.
thought was nice. Because that's never been my beef with her. I just think she just did it all the wrong way. Because again, I'll reiterate, I understand why she was upset and I get why she feels the way she feels. But she just handled it really awfully. But it was nice for Serena to kind of give her that, like, support, I guess.
Maybe that's what it is. There wasn't enough. I know they kept saying it. We're not invalidating your feelings, but everything felt like they were invalidating.
Because
But
Nicole
again,
wouldn't let it go, Tayne. There was every time you thought, okay, this has died down, should start again, and I was like, oh, that's why I felt like I literally felt like I was crawling out of my skin because it was so long and it wouldn't end. I feel like this is where Ariana, I feel should have ended it earlier. To tell the truth, like a more
right,
experienced host, especially when you could see like this man is traumatized. You know what I mean? It's not
yeah.
like this wasn't like Kiki gossip. This was something very horrible. I feel like a more experienced host sort of wrapped it up a bit quicker.
Well, um, Nicole walks out in tears. So, she did her big one like she predicted.
Yeah, she's exactly
And
what
that
she
was
did.
so they move on
Cool.
to Rob and asking Rob what he thought about his time there. He was like, "Oh, I'm a dumbass," but he regrets the pain that he caused. And Leah is making faces still, and this annoys me by the minute greatly. Then they talk about Andrea, and somehow Leah turns to say, like, you were full of crap. And Janae pulls out receipts on things, saying that she was two-faced and all that stuff. Listen, I know I don't know the extent of what Andrea said offline. Like, I don't think I followed closely the stuff afterwards for them. So I can't fully comment, but I just felt weird about it just felt mean
Mean girlish. Say it
mean
like it is.
girlish like a gang
Yes.
up because I get it. Like I'm all for yay PPG, but I don't know if a little bit has gone to the head.
You don't
I
know.
just
Well, no
I,
one's been honest. Of course it's gone to their head. I'm
it's
like, why are we tiptoeing?
yeah,
Why are we tiptoeing?
and it's just a weird thing that Janae's trying to do the housewife thing for someone that what was it your sister said when Coy gave the apology and they were like there should have been two more, including Leah. Like
Mm-hmm.
we got a whole segment, we had a whole reunion, and we didn't pull out the moments where Leah was mean to her, saying he's not your boyfriend, you don't have a
Yep.
man, and saying all these mean comments. But
Her
now
telling
you're
Liv to
besties.
shut the fuck up repeatedly. I'm sure she told Janae to shut the fuck up at one time too. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing.
So why didn't you just pull that out and say how were you guys able to turn your friendship around? Like how did you feel about that? How did you all my whole the whole reunion? I was looking forward to just seeing what Leah felt about the whole Connor thing. Like where like
Mm-hmm.
Janae was just and that's the thing. I know we said it kind of like pick me or whatever, but I'm also like I hope you stand in business and I hope you just don't forgive people that easily because what is that about?
Yeah,
And I've
we
always
actually
we
didn't
said
hear a peep from Connor. Oh my gosh, what a missed opportunity.
I mean, he spoke, but not about anything because they didn't put
Yeah.
him on the spot. Because
Mm-hmm.
apparently he's been talking shit off camera also, but also he went on a date with Ariana's friend Katie, so maybe he was something. But
Mm.
either way, I'm just like, these are the things that we live for in a reunion. Let's put everything out in the open. And I just didn't feel right about Janae going to bat for someone who was kind of nasty
Mm-hmm.
towards you at some point. I know people are going to say, oh, they turned it around. Well, I want to know how they turn things around.
Yeah,
So
I think that's fair.
yeah,
That is because they're clearly all like close now, but and even in the villa they were close, even though Leah was still mean to people. But Leah has all the social capital now, and everybody's falling in line. That's all it
yeah,
is. I don't know why no one's been honest. Leah comes from a rich family. She has lots of LA connections. She's by far the most popular out of the cast. So it benefits everybody to stay on her good side. And that's what it is. She was being Leah's handmaiden and fair enough, yeah, pull up receipts, give us some entertainment. But it would have been nice for us to have seen like how you guys got past like exactly like you just said, like all that friction to where we are now. It was just doing too much. And also a lot of the times in a reunion, I'm just like, let people speak for themselves. You don't have to step into like support your friend. No one's asked you. So I don't know. Yeah.
Friendship
Maybe I was being
Island.
mean. And
I can
please go ahead.
I can totally see Leah dating an athlete in the future. She said they were
Yes,
pulling their DMs, but yeah,
I
she's also
believe
their
it.
type. She's their type.
I was just a lot of this stuff I was so bored by. I'm like, why are we just all the people that got the most attention? I'm just like, really? Like we had this huge segment about Andrea and the dumping. And I'm just like, come on, like Andrea's not that interesting. My only beef with Andrea, I was looking at her as like, did you get your makeup done for this? Because obviously, like, she's a pretty girl. But I'm like, she looked like she had no makeup on, that she just rocked up to this reunion. And I thought she should have made more of an effort, especially when you know you're coming to face your enemies, you know? Like really, really look like a bombshell. But I was just like, girl, really? This is it? Okay, cool.
So it's Casa more time. So from Andrea, they bring up Dea, and she brings up social media, and she's like, oh, they all need to realize that even when they like or retweet, they're co-signing people to be mean to them, and it can be very sensitive, and they just need to be careful about what they do. Again, it was brought to my attention afterwards that, these people were social media warriors and were really talking out their mouth, and now they want to play victim. I didn't know about it, but I was shown the light today because Dana came out with a video today. And she was talking about Ariana shouldn't have like be so invested in what they do. She shouldn't pick sides, that she should have jumped in certain times and just let things alone. Like don't ask about things. That she was saying something about we all know what it comes with being on, and she said Vanderpump Rules or whatever show that she was on, that Love Island had like the most on there, and that just killed me. I'm just like, who the fuck are you? Like you had one little thing. You are on a streamer, not even on a regular channel. Your
Hmm.
part of your high ratings is because Ariana became the host. Like I know they think they're so great, they were, but a lot of it was because a lot of people followed Ariana to be like, what is this show? A lot of people watch Love Island for the first time. Also, comparing yourself to a 10-year-old show. Are you okay?
Yep. Do you
Are
know
you
what?
okay?
Let me. I'm separating the Love Island franchises because I still think Love Island is more popular worldwide. But Love Island USA, I remember, Tayne, do you remember like our very first episode we recorded about Love Island? And you explained the whole Vanderpump, what, because you're excited that Ariana was gonna be the
Yeah.
host. And I said I have never watched a single episode. You know, really, I'm
Yeah.
not really like a bro, like I don't watch any other housewives, none of that. But even I had heard about a Sandoval
Yeah.
scandal.
Scandal. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
That's a
Yeah,
new one.
what the
A
fuck?
Sandoval scandal.
Like I didn't know, but even because I remember having to mute the word because that's all everyone was talking about on social media. So I was literally looking up cast members so I could just mute their names because I'm like, I don't know what these people are talking about, but this is dominating my newsfeed, and it wasn't just one day; it was days. So even I know Vanderpump Rules is wildly popular. Like, girl, please be for real.
uh,
I
Anyways,
will
all these people.
say I will say in Daya's defense, she is the reason why while I was watching Love Island, after Kasama, I kind of stopped engaging as much on social media. I'll just tweet my thoughts and go. To me, that's when it turns super toxic. Because number one, I couldn't believe people on Serena's side with the whole Cordell situation. And I thought I was losing my mind. And number two, I have never seen such nasty comments about a person than they were doing to Daya. So I 100% believe that she was like the tweets I would see, people like hopping into her comments, the things they were calling her, and I was just like, yo, what the hell is going on? It was like pure virulent hatred. And I was just like, what the hell? Like it legit scared me how like in your face it was. And I was just like, you people aren't well. That's when I was like, oh, this season of Love Island feels very different because they are fully engaging in the Stan Wars that we had to deal with, like in Love Island UK, season 8, etc. I'm like, this is scary. So I 100% believe that she was getting the nastiest of comments like that she saw. So yeah, that outside with her, but like you said, she immediately didn't help herself by commenting on stuff she shouldn't have commented on.
Yeah, I mean, she was absolutely right about the social media, but she's also like part of the problem. She was the one in the
Yeah.
live with Koi. and they were
Mm-hmm.
talking about whatever it was. But Serena did give a little speech and was just like, I respect you. You're a woman. I don't blame you for anything. But she also thanked her for thank you for not going on a podcast and saying, which I think was a
Mm-hmm.
dig, but
It was funny. And to be fair, in the villa, they were like cordial to each other as well. Like after the
yeah,
whole thing settled down, I will give
yeah,
Serena that completely. She was never like, she did say some mean things when she was angry, but once she calmed down, she was never horrible to her. So,
yeah. And after she says that, Leah gives a PSA and is like, "Oh, the people that love me, blah blah. We don't want to say that. We don't want to do that, and just be nice or be kind or whatever." This is a person who tells everyone to shut the fuck up every 5 seconds, but okay.
but it was
Um,
needed, Tayne, because her stands are unhinged. They're not going to
no, I know
listen.
they do. I
It's like
mean,
when Beyonce
PPG.
told the Beehive to calm down and they told her to shut the fuck up. We got this. That's the vibe it was giving me.
PPG came out with a PSA, I think today, but yeah, so that
Oh,
happened.
good, good.
Um, and then they go. So because I don't know how it works for Peacock with ads. I have the Peacock without ads, but they keep going into the break room and we keep
Yeah.
getting a different product. So I think this time it was like Coffee Mate, iced coffee, and they kept pouring it to drink.
Wait,
And
sorry, did you watch live?
um
Like, as soon as they released it?
a little later, but I don't know how to describe. Peacock puts it like for the regular the way the episodes work or whatever. If they say it's gonna be at 9 o'clock, by like 8:45 or something, it's already up.
Yeah, it
So
came up at
everyone is
8:35. That's when I
yeah.
started watching it. No, I'm
Oh,
just asking about the ads when you said Peacock without ads. So I was wondering if that was the one I had, there would have been no ads at all. Because we got those obvious product placement things with the Pizza Hut, blah, blah, blah. But then there were also regular ads as well.
oh, okay. That's what I was wondering. Like,
Yeah.
just I don't know if you guys got product placements and ads.
Yes, we did.
Okay, 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 okay. Because
All
I
the
just figured,
very unnatural Pizza Hut plugs with the cold looking, unappetizing pizza. And then
yeah.
getting random groups of people to have very organic conversations in the break room. Yes, we got all of
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So they come back and it's about Kaylor, and Kaylor is like life has not been good. And before anything even like lands, maybe do a quick stretch or anything, Aaron is like, I just want to say like I lied to Kaylor. I put my hands down Daniela's pants. I kissed her. I didn't.
He
Kaylor
got
is
married
like,
in secret in Vegas, got divorced the next day. She's
Kayla's like,
currently pregnant.
why didn't you tell me? I was with you the last 2 days. You didn't tell me, Aaron. I regret ever, blah, 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 blah. And then she has a whole fit that has clearly been rehearsed. And when she's done, she's like, after today, I never want to see you again. In fact, we're done. I spent my whole summer. I regret, yada, yada. And then she turns to Liv and she's like, can you switch me seats? And then they switch seats. And I'm like, what was that?
I rolled my eyes so hard, they literally went into the back of my head. I'm like, girl, stop wasting our time with this
Like,
high school theatre performance. Like, come on, girl. Mm-mm.
oh Lord. It
You
was
know the
so
funny?
dramatic.
No, please continue. I'm sorry.
No, just like it was so dramatic. Janae was just eating her popcorn, but she had very, very clearly, oh, very obviously decided that she was going to break up with him because she's trying to rebrand because she sees how people see her coming out
Yes,
with him. And then
yes.
the more and more lies just keep coming out. Like the man just wouldn't just tell us the truth and be done with. I don't even know what Aaron's plan was,
I don't know.
I
And then
guess.
I'm like, we get your granddad died, but this was the wrong time to bring it up because now it looks even more like you're just trying to get sympathy. Do you know? I saw a clip of Kayla today. I think it was today. I don't know what day it is. Basically explaining that they broke up like 2, 3 weeks ago, but they were still like speaking every day, blah blah blah. And she said they hooked up like before and he didn't bring anything up. And then he was like, so she thinks he brought that up at the reunion on purpose to try to humiliate her because she didn't want to get
Oh,
back together with him. So he did it on
oh.
purpose. Yeah. Because she says she was really angry with him at one point. She's like, I definitely don't want to do this. I've got loads of guys in my DMs. I'm gonna start dating. So she just think he did that to like get back at her on purpose.
Oh
If I
gosh.
find the clip, I'll send it to you. But yeah, I saw it today. I think I saw it. Yeah. But I will
Oh,
say
that's
I was
awful.
confused because when they were walking into the reunion, someone had like zoomed into her phone and it was Aaron as her background picture. So that's what I'm saying. Like all of that, I was very confused about what's going on there.
Are you gonna take Kaylor seriously? But yeah. Um, at this point, Daniela chimes in. Daniela is just young. I just need her to.
Very.
She's gonna get older, and that'll be it. She starts apologizing. Oh, I did. I was like, girl, it has nothing to do with you. Just stay there and be
Hmm.
there. And then Liv just chiming in every single time. I'm just like, Liv, stay out of it. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have to talk. Oh gosh,
And
I'm
also, actually thinking about it, that was extra fucked up of Aaron. Because what about Daniela? Did she consent to you telling everybody on national TV that you fingered her? Do you know what I mean? Maybe she didn't want everyone to know that.
I don't even
I
know
actually just thought about
why.
that. That's really messed up.
This whole time she's just being treated like, and I say this all the time, they treat the Casa girls, and I think that's when Catherine was speaking up, saying
Hmm.
like, we come to Casa to do something. Like, I don't understand. They get so mad at them, but I'm like, if they don't do what they're supposed to do, we're gonna have a really boring show.
Or
But
we wouldn't
everyone
even
gets so mad
have a
at them,
show.
and then everyone keeps treating them like they're just like, you know, door
Hmm.
stoppers or something. But
That's what I'm saying. Like, have none. What I said at the beginning, has nobody watched the show? That's what bombshells are supposed to do. That's what the Casa Girls are supposed to do. It's the game show. Like, people need to stop taking it so deeply. Like, come on.
it's like when
Anyway.
Liv was going on and on. I don't remember who they were insulting, and I was like, "Ma'am, you literally came into the house and took Rob, and Rob had
Yep.
no interest in you, but that was okay. You have to
Hmm.
do what you're supposed to do." There was a
Exactly.
scene during the where they had like a backstage thing where it was just the Casa girls, and this was before. I'm like, I did put the caveat like I don't know how much they did or said, but I'm like, this cast like to act like they're one big family, but they're not. Like, there's
Mm-mm.
definitely a hierarchy, and everyone is not just wanting to be on the bad side because, like you said, the rabid fans are
Yep.
at work. So
It's
everybody just wants.
PPG with the Queen Leah on top, and then Liv a step below, I'll say, and then Nicole, who's the leader of the Casa Girls, a step below that, and then the rest of them. That's how I see it.
Nicole, head of the Casa Girls,
Yeah,
but she's not a Casa girl.
I know, but she got along with them.
Oh, I don't. I know she's really close with Daniela.
Yeah, but
Oh,
what's
okay.
her name? Also spoke up for her. Her and
Catherine.
the yeah. Sorry, I can't remember any of their names. Yeah, that's just how
Oh, okay.
the vibe it gives me.
Oh, okay. I hope. I mean, I've said this before. The true friends are Serena and Leah, and I hope Janae's just not hitching her wagon because they know there's something you can sell PPG.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I
I
hope
think
that.
there's a clear divide. Even now, people need to open their eyes. Even when they're hanging out, it gives third wheel sometimes. But I think they clearly all get along and like each other. But yeah, two are definitely closer.
Who did Leah call a bitch? It was a man. Was it Aaron?
Oh yeah, I think it was Aaron because it was that whole them showing us 450 minutes of that fireside chat that no one asked for. Um, yeah, because she brought up that they were all giving her such a hard time that she was driving the show, like the whole decision to send Andrea home.
There was like a weird, cringy joke about backseat, front driver, all that, and I was like, oh, this is going to. Was no
Mm.
editor on hand? Get a
No.
freelance editor or something. But anyways, like you mentioned, playing the clip of the fireside, that was a bad decision. Nobody asked for you to play that clip that felt like 15 minutes. I think what they
Hmm.
should have done, if they're trying to milk this show, is to just have it as a bonus clip on Peacock
Hmm.
and have
Yeah.
people go watch it and let people talk about it. But to sit there
Exactly.
and watch it, and it kept going and going and going. And I'm like, this is never going to end. And no
Hmm.
one's, I don't even know. I mean, all we got out of it, I guess, were they just trying to put Leah and the Claire? I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of it was.
I think the whole
But
beef was because Rob accused her of like driving it all, and she's like, "No, I just sat there. We all make the decision together." Blah blah blah. Which I mean, we knew that even watching the show. They didn't need to show us the unedited footage. It was Liv driving it, and Liv even on the show said, "I'll take the blame. I don't care." So yeah, I don't understand why we had to sit through that much.
I don't know if anyone has the story on this, but I heard because there was like some kind of panel the day after the reunion and all that stuff, and I heard that Leah was pissed off at production or whatever. I don't know why, because I thought this clip redeemed her or something, but that
Yeah.
she didn't show up at the panel. The clips I've seen, I haven't seen her, so I don't know if it's actually true because I know right before the reunion she was sick. Honestly, I think she had COVID, but I mean she never said it. She never said it, but I don't know if she
Mm.
was if it was she was fully healed, maybe had to leave early because I think Miguel wasn't there also in solidarity. But I'm not sure, guys. So if anyone
Someone
has
probably
tea on
made
that
up
or
that
whatever,
rumor, to be honest with you,
let
and
us
people ran
know.
with it. It
But
sounds like something her stands will make up.
so yeah, so I think, that was it. I don't know if you have anything else.
No, it was just such a wasted opportunity. I'm not gonna lie and say I wasn't entertained. But by the second half, I think it was a fireside chat when I realized
Yeah,
they were literally going to show us all 12 minutes, and it just felt like it was dragging. It was kind of exciting at first to get like unedited footage because we all know how producers like
yeah,
to do on Love Island, but it got old very quick. And then I realized they really weren't going to ask anybody else anything
yeah,
interesting, and absolutely no attention was given to the winners, which, you know, we've got like black winners. It's nice, like just give them some attention, like please. I don't know. Yeah, so
yeah.
I just felt like a lot of it was a missed opportunity.
I think I wanted to say I forgot because I told you like the way Janae had all that smoke for no, didn't have any smoke for Koi when
Hmm.
she was just quiet and just had that face or whatever. I think she had just had that energy for Andrea, but the whole keep Leah's name out your mouth, go all that and whatever, like the same way like the people who annoy you and you don't have their energy and you just stay stoic and just basically act like you're not a factor in my life. I think you could have used that method
Exactly. That's what it
instead.
really irritated me with some of them. Like even their attention, I'm like, you're giving these people attention that they don't deserve from you. you know.
Yeah.
Let them know they are beneath you by ignoring them. That's all.
Yep.
Be classy.
Yep.
Like you're not even on my level. You're not a threat. But anyway, it is what it is. But
Yeah.
yes, no, I don't have anything else to add.
Well, I mean, so be it. It'll be interesting to see how they switch it up next year. Maybe we'll get a different reunion host. I don't know. But I'm just very curious to see how it plays out for the cast. Who's gonna be on other shows? Who's gonna start dating someone famous? Who's gonna start their own podcast? Like, I'm just really curious to
Who do you
see
think will be on
the
Love
switch.
Island Games? We're getting a new season.
Well, I always said Miguel. If he's broken up, I keep saying Miguel, but the Miguel I see now is not the same Miguel that I know.
Mm.
I think Hakeem is a good candidate.
Harrison, I could see Harrison on it.
Oh God, Harrison's so boring. I don't know.
Whatever, I can look at him.
Yeah, you could, but we need somebody on there. But that's true. Hakeem said nothing.
Yeah.
The entire time. I can see. Oh, what is her name? The Rihanna lookalike.
Oh yeah, I don't remember her name, but yes, I can see that too.
Oh,
And
that's
then
terrible, guys.
I can see Andrea or Dea on it too.
I could see Nicole.
Yeah, yeah, true, true.
I could see Nicole, and then her storyline would be, "I'm so guarded. I'm so guarded. I had a terrible
I know.
experience on
Because
there."
you're unique. No one else has ever been hurt. But yeah, anyway,
I
so
can see Cassie. I can see Cassie, and I can see
Cassie's so
Danielle.
pretty to me. She's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
Cassie just felt like she's like, "Why am I here with a bunch of idiots?" That
And
was
I
her
love how blunt she
face.
was about her
Imagine.
relationship update with Rob.
She's like,
Someone tweeted like Cassie won the whole show. She got a free trip to Fiji, fucked a hot guy, got a free trip to LA, living her best life, beautiful. What more can you ask for? I'm like, you know what? True.
But honestly, that's how you know this was a bad reunion because it's just occurring to me that Janae went on a podcast. They said, "So your friendship with Rob?" She goes, "What friendship?" And Kenny's laughing, and we don't even ask that
Oh,
on the reunion.
oh,
We
why are
don't
they
even ask
beefing?
like what. She just said she's not a fan of him. I don't know what the reason is. Maybe because she's still taking up for Leah. I don't know. But she was
Or
like, I
maybe
don't know
the
what he's
reaction
saying.
he had when she wasn't voted off. They're still holding on to it.
I don't know, but she said all that I only spoke two words to him, so I'm not quite sure what friendship about. But anyways, again,
Hmm.
ask. There's a lot of after the show material that could have
Yeah.
been used, and they just need to do that, and that's the whole purpose. It was giving very UK reunion. You know how y'all reunion
Yes.
gives nothing. Everyone is kumbaya, and oh, it
But
was a
that's
nice
British
one.
people for you in general,
I,
because the
I
British
know.
public are way less kind to people. No, I'm just saying that's why I was annoyed, because it started off, I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. American reunions, and then it devolved into British style. Exactly like you said.
Oh God, I can't. I'm wondering what the Love Is Blind UK will feel like. On our last episode, I can't believe it, but I said like I did not know British people had this many feelings. This show has
Ah,
too many feelings. I don't know what to
Tayne,
do
are
with
you
it.
serious? Are you serious? Not even from my stories. Of course there are feelings.
Oh
Don't let the slip up
no,
and upper lip. It's just different from Americans. That's all. Americans are just more expressive in general
I know,
about
but
everything.
that's what I mean. But they're being expressive about it.
I feel like,
Yeah,
really?
that's what
They
I.
just cry a
That's
lot.
expressive. That's an expression. But
Uh,
for me, it's
but
like
it's a singular one.
they're so triggered by everything. Oh, I looked through the video. You did a music video so many years ago. I don't want to be. Oh, I've been cheated on all the time, so I don't want to be. Oh, I've been. This has been a lot. This has been a lot. Like I think I went in fully expecting, everyone's gonna be their best behavior. No one's gonna, do all that, and I just, my expectations were shattered. I think it's a problem because
Yeah,
I
I'm
definitely.
very surprised by that thinking. I'll be very honest with you, because I didn't find any of it out of the ordinary. I'll be honest.
Wait, so you're saying that you expect, well, are you saying there are not that many feelings or you
No, but I mean, I
expected that
wasn't
much feeling?
surprised for the kind of show it was, like how people were acting. I didn't, nothing like struck me as weird about the how expressive people were being. I'll be very honest.
Oh, I didn't know British people were that good at showing how they feel. I guess. Wait. No, sorry. We can end this in 5 seconds. I'm just trying to say, like, so the stereotype is wrong.
Yes, I feel. How many times have I said I think all stereotypes about British people are wrong? I feel like they
Uh,
have really good PR, undeservedly. I've always said that. I've been consistent in saying that. That I don't understand why they have the PR they do. But I just think, sorry, my fellow Brits, that they're just a nation of generally miserable people. And they don't like to see people do too well, because they will drag you back down to their level. British people are the kind that they're happy to be miserable as long as their neighbors are also miserable with them. So,
Okay, now
yeah.
that tracks, because a lot of these people are miserable. But
Mm.
anyways, this
But
is
it's
not
also
about
Love
Love
is
Is Blind.
Blind. It's a curated show, so I'm not surprised those feelings. They're picking someone to spend the rest of their lives with.
Sure.
But-
Well, guys, well, guys, this is it. I think this is a wrap for season 6. I don't know what we're gonna have to do to get Nana back, but you can check our podcast, the rewatch Sex in the City, where we have watched all 6 seasons of Sex in the City and the first movie, and we also covered season 1 and 2 of And Just Like That. So check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to Alto Call Maps. So you don't miss out any new episodes. Please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And I will be back with Aid next week for Love is Blind, the wedding episodes.
Woo
And not
woo. Sorry.
Nana, thank you again for
Thank
stopping
you.
by. And we'll see you sometime in the future. I don't know when.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bye, guys.